Yeah, we were just talking before. I asked JJ, I said, do you have a favorite diamond cutter moment? And he said he did. And I said, I've got two. My favorite was on a Saturday night main event, of all places. And it's you and Eddie Guerrero out of the power bomb
Uh,
into the
yeah,
diamond cutter. That
Eddie's
blew
finish.
me away.
Eddie came up with it. Eddie
I mean, that was
came
amazing.
up to me. He knew that they were pushing me for the main event with Malone, and me and Malone against Rodman and Hogan. The biggest, one of the biggest buy rates of all time in professional wrestling, mainly because of the crossover of the two.
Right.
And then coming off that hot, finals, where the Jazz lost to the Bulls. When Jordan hit that falling fadeaway like 40-footer, with like no time left. So, and Rodman and Hogan were wrestling each other at times for the ball. Rodman missed. He literally he skipped practices to come to film Nitro. I mean, you talk about a rebel. So we had a lot of steam on that match, and Eddie, he wanted to, put me over on it strong, and he came up to me and he goes, "D, you ever, think of taking that out of a power bomb?" I go, "Eddie, how the hell am I going to do that?" I go, your junk's going to be in my face." He goes, "No, roll me up on your shoulder." I said, "Okay." I grabbed him and I rolled him up on my shoulder. I go, "Now what do I do?" He goes, "Boost me in the air." So I just did like a half squat, pumped him up. And of course, Eddie just spun around, and then I got his head and neck in my, my arms, and he just slid down to the ground. And I went, "Wow, boy, that would be sweet if we could time that." That's the
You nailed
only
it.
time I ever did it. I did another amazing move with Eddie Guerrero, but I did it with Chavo first. I could only do it with those two guys. Could have done it with Kidman probably, where I used to grab a guy as he came in, as he was coming up the ropes, I would reverse it and instead of grabbing him with my right and my left, hug him, I would bend over and take my left arm across him, take him across from the, sort of like flip him upside down, spin him around, spun him into a spinning power bomb. Was out of my spinning salto into a corkscrew power bomb. I'd never done it before with anybody else, except for I might have done it with Chavo, but I'm pretty sure it was Eddie that I did it with.
I also like the diamond cutter off the top rope on the Giant.
Oh God, that was amazing. Now that just shows you how strong that guy is too. Because as I come off, he's got his hand and he's got to flatten me out, and he pushes me out, and we come down, bang, and he friggin' choke slammed me so many times off that top rope. By that point, it was like a no-brainer. I was going to get choke slammed again. So nobody saw that coming.